let's get right to the stream. So we're talking about interesting hockey sticks. I got a bunch here. I'm gonna fly through these. I'll talk a little bit more detail on ones that you haven't seen yet, and we'll get to some pretty cool ones. So I'm gonna answer some questions at the end. First, let's get to the interesting hockey sticks. And once again, sort of that delay. First one I got down here. This one's interesting because it's an old stick I got when I was a kid, and it's from China. So I thought it was kind of interesting. I've just kept it around. It's been in my barn forever. I'm gonna move these lights so you guys can get, so it's not like super bright. There you go. So this is some old knockoff hockey stick. I guess the guy was importing them from China and then selling them. So it was when composite sticks, like, they weren't really popular yet. They'd only been out for a few years. It says it's Kevlar graphite, but I think I paid like $30 for it. And what's interesting is that it's round. I thought it felt cool in my hand, but after I bought it, I found that it would just slip. There was no good grip to it, and because it has those like round corners. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's just like some knockoff stick from like 10 years ago, and I still have it hanging around. So get rid of that one. Next one. This puppy right here is called the Power Blade. See a nice close up on that one. Adjust the lighting just a little here. There you go. So the Power Blade. What's interesting about this is that it's a weighted stick. So it's pretty friggin' heavy. It's meant to be a training aid. You know, instead of, I guess, just buying a really heavy wooden hockey stick, you buy this thing. They wouldn't say exactly how heavy it is, which I thought was funny. It's like a secret how heavy it was. But I'd say it's maybe around like a pound. It's pretty hefty. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe a pound. I could have just weighed it myself, I guess. But I got this a while ago to test on the ice. I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, you can use for stick handling. It really strengthens your upper arms. But there's a lot of other ways that you can kind of make your own hockey stick. So one is, let's see if I got some pucks here. I got these pucks. These are actually glowing hockey pucks. I did a review of them. They're called the Comet pucks. Oh, almost dropped that one. Anyways, does it look super white there? I think it does. Might have to adjust the settings on this camera. Anyways, a way you can make a weighted hockey stick is take two pucks and then just tape them on the stick. And then you can just use your own stick, and you don't have to, like, you just take the tape off after. So it's just a way to add a little bit of weight to your stick instead of buying a weight. Another thing that you can do is if you have an old stick that you don't use anymore, maybe it's too small, take the butt end out and then fill it with sand. And that sand is going to fill the shaft up, and then you have your own weighted stick. And that way the weight is evenly distributed. And I think this probably costs like $150 or something like that. I haven't looked at it recently. But there's a few tips if you want to try a weighted hockey stick. I'd like to know, if you guys do it, let me know. You can message me on Twitter, take a picture, and tag me in it. So we'll get to that one, the Power Blade weighted hockey stick. All right. Next interesting hockey stick we have are the Raven hockey sticks. These are some guys that got in touch with me a little while back. And sorry, I keep playing with the lights. It looks really bright on my screen there. They got in touch with me a while back, and they said, we're making hockey sticks just for kids, and we're going to make them the best sticks for kids that we can find. And I was interested. They explained it really simply. The flex is 20, 30, 40, or 50. They got a standard color, so it's like you look at the stick, you know exactly what you're getting. And they also mess with the sizes of them. So I almost dropped it. Like this is a 30 flex, but they have a 20 flex, but they make it taller, I think it is, so that older kids can use them, because ideally your basic flex should be half your body weight. Somewhere in that region, you can go a little up or a little low. So they just redesigned the sticks just for kids. So I thought it was cool. I did a review of these on my YouTube. You can check it out. It's called, I think, Raven Hockey Stick Review. And yeah, so they have 20, 30, 40, and 50 flex. Next one that I won't talk about too much because I've been using this forever. It's the Colt hockey stick. This one's interesting because it's got steel. I'll get a nice close up. Nano steel coats the whole stick. Well, not the whole stick, sorry. In this version, it's the raw, so the blade isn't coated, but there's steel from there all the way to there. So like the bottom third of the stick, and that's to prevent hacks and slashes. So when you get those hacks and slashes on your stick, it makes a micro tear or micro split in the stick. And then if you flex it later on, it's going to break more and more and more. And that leads to the stick breaking right there. So this bit of steel prevents the stick from breaking right there, which I've had like 3 or 4 of these. None of them have broken there, except for one. I did a video called Breaking the Cold Stick, and I just got my friends to slash it relentlessly until it broke. So I did actually break one. What I did notice is that the blade will wear out. So if you do get one of these, you have to be really careful with the blade, not to use it off ice, otherwise it will split. So that's the Colt. Move this light back a little bit so we're not getting beamed. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so I threw up on Instagram. I'm doing a stream on interesting hockey sticks, and someone left a comment. They said, "What about the integral reloaded stick?" So what they do is, if you break a stick in half, they put a carbon fiber plug in. Like, okay, so they'll probably cut it, butt it together with a plug there that goes inside, and then they use this, I guess, epoxy or some sort of process, I don't know what it is, to bond the stick. So why am I showing you this stick? This is one that my buddy broke back in college, and he did the exact same thing. He cut it, he used a plug, I don't know if he just used wood, and then glued it and put it back together, and then he just used it as a ball hockey stick. So you can't really see the break in there. Get really close, maybe you can. I don't know if it'll focus that close. There you go. Oh, it had it here for a second. Yes, super close. So you see the break in the stick right there? So if you want to try that, you have to get a plug. I tried it myself, but I got a plug for a stick. Whoops. The plugs are supposed to go in the end as an extension. But then I had to sand the outer, or I guess the top part, so it would fit in both sides of the plug, and then you got to glue it. The glue didn't hold though. You have to let it cure for a really long time. And even on this one, you can't tell, but if I shake it like that, I can feel it jiggling in my hand, but I can't pull it apart. So good for a ball hockey stick or a road hockey stick. You know, just something to shoot around in your garage so you don't have to throw your stick away just yet. If you want to get one professionally repaired, it won't jiggle like that. Check out Integral Hockey. They've been bugging me forever to do a review of their services. I will eventually. Let's see this. I haven't even taken this one out of the package yet. This is the, say there? Yeah. This is the Cypress. So it's a blend of zebra wood there, and on the blade, there, and carbon fiber. Now, this is from Verbero Hockey. I haven't even opened it yet, and I'm going to open it now for you guys. But what they said is they're always working to improve their sticks and their products and all that. And they said, we have a product we want you to test. However, the first ones we got out of the factory, we asked for grip, and they put way too much grip on them. So they said that if I take it out of the packaging, it's going to dust will stick to it. This is taking a really long process. So, oh yeah, it's really grippy. Oh man, look at that. It just looks so good. I love this stick, and I'm excited for this because, wow, that's it reminds me of the old the beaver board that you put on the old minivans. They'd have the wood paneling. Luxury. Oh, you got this all the way out. This is what happens when you do a live stream. You have to watch me fight with the packaging. See, in a normal video, I would cut right here, so you didn't have to go through all this. I got it mostly off. All right, let's just leave that there. So this is what I'm excited about, is that there's wood right here on the blade. And everyone knows, well, everyone that's used wood sticks knows that the best feel when you're stick handling and catching passes is with the wood blades. So it's really cool that they used wood. I don't know how they did this, but I'm gonna test this stick, and yeah, it's got a lot of grip on it. But remember, this is a prototype, so if you order one, it's not gonna be this grippy, but that's a sweet looking stick. So that's from Verbero Hockey. All right, next up is the all black hockey stick. So as you can tell, it's an all black hockey stick. The idea here is that there is no branding, there's no marketing. They don't have any pros using their sticks for marketing purposes. They don't pay for anything like that because they're just trying to sell you a stick as cheap as they possibly can. And they're reaching for competing with like a $200 stick, because with a $200 stick, after they pay Sidney Crosby, pay the designer for all the graphics, pay for all the advertising on TV and magazines, all that stuff. You pay $100 for the stick, and then they pay $100 for advertising per stick, and that costs you about $200, if that makes sense. So yeah, these things sell for I think $89. In Canada, it's called yourhockeysticks.com for some legal reasons. So I haven't used this stick yet, but I'm going to use it tonight. I just taped it up. I got a game later, 9 p.m. The one thing that I did notice is that I like a little bit of grip, and this one has like none, which I only really like grip where I shoot. Here, when I'm stick handling, I want it to be smooth. So I'm going to try something. I've got this stuff called liquid skin. No, sticky skin. And I also have something else that I put here. This is from Canadian Tire. It's Plastidip rubber coating. So I'm gonna hit it with some of this. Actually, I might try this on a different stick. My Bauer is the same way. It's almost like it has baby powder on it. That's how smooth it is. So I'm gonna try this on the Bauer. I'll try this on the all black stick, and we'll see if it adds rubber coating or like a grip. Because I only really want it right about halfway down the stick in like that section of the stick. So I'll do that at the end of the live stream. Last stick. This giant box. Let's get the X-Acto knife out. Came prepared, something sharp. So you notice that this is from, where is it? Yeah. This is from Pro Stock Hockey. They only sell, those are really bright, washed out. I'm gonna play with the settings. Anyways, they only sell sort of like used or I guess equipment made for pro teams in the NHL. And what happens is the pros don't always use their gear. Maybe the guy gets 3 sets of gloves and gets traded, or he gets 10 sticks and he only likes 2 of them, so he sends 8 back, because I don't want these. So what happens is they go to stores and sites like Pro Stock Hockey. I think Pro Stock is the biggest, and then they sell to consumers. So you get like the highest quality stuff at a pretty good price. So you'll notice that this, you can't see up that high. This is a stick box, and then they added this extra bit on top and stapled it together. Staples. Because there's a special stick in here, so I'll try to get this open as quickly as possible for you. This is a pretty cool stick. And I'm gonna do a video with it later on. I've got a cool plan. There we go. Oh, that's the stick. Looks like they sent some goodies in the bottom here. I like goodies. Let's get it out of here though. Oh, you can have a plug in it. Oh, man. It's got some grip to it, so. Try not to bust the light out. All right, so that's the stick. Let me back up for you. I'll get my stick too. There we go. All right, so this is my stick, and this is Zdeno Chara's Pro Stock stick. Get a little closer so you can see how hilariously long it is. So I'm going to do a video where some pros are using this stick. Now, what's interesting about this, it's the longest stick available in the NHL. I think they even broke the rules to make it longer. It's bigger, so the actual shaft here is larger than a senior shaft, I think by like 30% for his monster hands. So if you grab this stick and you grab, I wonder if you can tell on here. Oh, you can definitely tell by feel. Yeah, it's hard to tell visually. Yeah. but it's wider and a little bit taller. You can tell when you hold them both. Anyway, so that's bigger. The shaft is bigger, obviously longer. This hosel is bigger, and the blade is a little bit bigger as well. And the really cool thing, it's 150 flex, which is ridiculous. There's his name on there, Chara. So I'm gonna do a video of beer league players trying to shoot with it. I'm gonna see and stick handle with the Chara stick. So I'll get like your average beer leaguer. I'm 6 feet tall, by the way, and get them sticking with it. Let me just show you how silly it looks. So let's take a look at my good hockey stance here with a regular stick, and then with Chara's stick, it's a good extends well past what a regular stick was. Just to hold it too, it feels ridiculous, and you can see the blade is sticking right up off the ice. So I would just to hold it normally, it comes up to my armpit, where I would normally hold it. So that is the last of the interesting hockey sticks. And now I'm going to take a look at some questions you guys have. Let me readjust this camera and answer some of your hockey stick questions.